Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with one heck of a day one patch review. We have the newest Hearthstone expansion go live with that stupid snake Showdown in the Badlands. We're going to talk about its impact as it destroyed the game. I do think the card needs a change. It's by far the card we talked about the most on stream, that I see talked about on Twitter, Reddit, everywhere, and it's not a lot of positive about it. We'll talk about that, as well as the new Catchup Packs went live in Hearthstone. If you log in, you get some for free right away. We'll talk about mass pack opening just being amazing. Awesome new feature added to the game. We'll talk about some of the early decks that look kind of cool. We're not going to have deck recommendations until tomorrow, as like the meta is completely not settled at all. Do not craft anything yet. Please don't. And I'll also show off a bunch of the cosmetics and new portraits added to the shop, including some ridiculously expensive stuff you absolutely should not buy, and we'll even go into how silly it is, and also some other stuff like Mercenaries XP being murdered. And if you enjoy the content on the channel and feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. It helps us out a ton. So yeah, I put this tweet out. I faced this card all day on stream, and I said, it's weird. I'm rarely losing to this card. I actually lost like one game to the deck. Like, I don't know if it's not refined yet or just because I'm playing decent decks. I was okay, but I said I'm rarely losing to this card, but it's still making every game I play against it a horrible experience. Just doesn't feel like Hearthstone to me. And basically, I'm just trying to rush and kill them or try and disrupt them somehow. I was playing a lot of Reno decks, so play Reno, and they can only have one minion, right? They can't play the snake and bounce it, so it slows them down. You could try and run cards like Dirty Rat or like play Highlander, Demon Hunter, and Kirchhoff and like snipe it, but those are not very effective, and Highlander, Demon Hunter did not feel very good. Don't buy the Reddit bait, but it was amazing to see the responses below. So many people were venting about the card immediately. Chet Cloud, prominent Hearthstone content creator who's been back in the game, he's been liking it a lot, said there's no counterplay, just make it lifesteal, do 10 damage. And like that's like my biggest part, where you see it sets the health to 10, right? And Twanto, I see you're the one playing it, although maybe also facing it. There's just no counterplay to it. It feels awful. You can't heal up above it. You can't gain armor. Divine Shield doesn't help you. It's just this inevitable card that kills you. And if you're playing anything remotely slow, it's gonna be even worse to like the first day, right? You're trying to play fun, slower decks on ladder. Something like this just sucks your health. It also sucks your willingness to play the game. That I just don't think it's a card that should exist like it is. For 4 mana, after you excavate and get that reward, it's just not fun. And you can just see like it's a little bit broken. The card is busted. The worst part is it's not a priest card. I think maybe it should be 6 or 7 mana. The effect is too powerful. Could see an early nerf to 5 health. There's like so many comments off this one tweet alone where it's mostly negative, right? It is mostly negative, where it's just not a fun experience. And I feel like that's a thing that shouldn't be in the game. Whether it's top tier or not, we don't know yet. It's day one, but at least in my opinion, I think the card fundamentally should change. Like, it should have lifesteal or have the damage, make it somehow not repeatable, just something about it, because I just think it just makes Hearthstone less fun. I really do. I don't think a card like this is a lot of fun to face. And for the rest of the day, every other deck I faced, I actually had a pretty good time. I even put out like a first day impressions tweet that there's like tons of new stuff to explore. I played like Wishing Well Rogue. I played Rainbow DK, which just had a whole different feel to it. With Excavate, I played a lot of Highlander. Druid in particular is like ridiculous. Probably a little too good. We'll have to wait and see on that one too. The dragons are nuts. But tons of different decks. And that's just day one. And I got tons more I want to try out. We're gonna be streaming that later today if you want to come hang out. Play ladder. We're gonna start achievement hunting too. But the only deck that I just like, I'm like mad. I'm frustrated. I'm furious about facing was the Warlock deck, the Snake. Everything else is just like a Hearthstone deck. Sometimes I got lucky, sometimes I got unlucky, but the games overall were pretty fun. And I even saw like Clark tweet out this similar thing. First impression, Snake Warlock is insane. Nerf it. The other deck that is pretty scary is this one. This is going to be a high legend thing. I can just feel already. The Naga Warlock, which basically blind eye sharpshooter. 3 mana auctioneer that deals damage. I watched Savage unfortunately rage quit his stream, dying to it from in hand on like turn 5. Like, he took like over 30 damage on turn 5. It has that ability where you just cheat a bunch of mana with Nagas and just draw your deck and kill your opponent. And a Wild with the quest line, also really scary. So that's another deck to look out for. But for some reason, this doesn't feel as egregious as having your life literally sucked from you. And it requires a lot of APM setup. And I feel like it's going to be like the Naga Mage thing where I've never really heard about like lower ranked players talking about. It's always like the high legend ladder players. And I wonder if this will be the same thing. But there's a lot of cool decks. Again, like I had a great time playing Wishing Well Rogue, but like Ogre Rogue, although not the best deck in the world, is fun. You can play it. Again, there's tons of different stuff to experiment with. And I'm super happy to play Reno decks again. To play Reno, even if it's the 8-mana hero card version, it just feels great. I love those style of decks, and I'm really enjoying it. So overall, first day impressions of the meta in Standard, I actually didn't really touch Wild. I played it a little bit. It was mostly just bots. I was facing the same old crap. But Standard, lots of cool stuff to try out. I do recommend, logging in, getting your free stuff, trying out what you can, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say about like the meta. But overall, it's just the snake is just driving me a bit crazy, and I hope that maybe that can change if it continues to be prominent. But speaking of logging in, when you log in, if you haven't logged in since expansion went live, everybody got this message from Reno himself, getting Catchup packets, where he got the Catchup packs. And if you're wondering about what order to open your packs, always open these ones, because your collection gets bigger the more you open packs, the worse these cards get. And it was even this tweeted out here, basically got back into the game recently. It didn't have a lot of standard cards. From these two offers alone, I built a ton of my collection and got a golden legendary from one of the regular packs as well. And it even shows you, this is on mobile, like Catchup Packs, they got 48 cards in the pack, and it shows like their percentage of what's like completed. So they know if it's going to decrease. Like if you hit 75% on any of these expansions, you don't get bonus packs. Like I opened up my Catchup Packs, I got 5 cards per, but that's still a normal pack. I was fine. I even got a legendary out of one. It was totally cool. Something you can get right now. I'm just logging into my EU account. I get the 2 Catchup Packs. They're right there. And on my EU account, I actually don't have that many cards. So let's just open one of these Catchup Packs and see what it looks like for someone that probably doesn't have a lot of cards in their standard collection. I open it up, get a legendary, I get 50 cards. Like that's pretty insane, right? Kind of a nice way to get back in there. And let's just even see what happens if I open up another one after opening up 50, if it's any better or not. I'm just genuinely curious here. I get 50 and then I get another 50, so it doesn't wear off right away. That is a lot of cards to get you in there. I got a legendary, some epics, not too bad at all. I have a bundle right now in the shop. So again, these are really good if you have a smaller collection, you don't have a lot of standard packs. For 1,500 gold, you can get it for gold. You get 15 packs, 10 of which are Catchup Packs, 5 Badlands packs. And if you want to buy 15 packs in general in the game, it's 1,500 gold. So basically for that normal rate of a regular pack, you can buy this with gold. So if you're someone with just like a middling collection or just coming back to the game, this is an incredible bundle that I highly recommend you purchase. And again, you don't have to spend money. You can get it with gold if you have that amount. It's less than a mini set. And again, all these packs from the Catchup Packs contain cards from every standard expansion except for the Badlands. That'll never change. That'll always be that way, but you get 5 expansions worth of packs, and they can contain, again, up to 50 cards per pack. So look out for that bundle. It's one of the best I've ever seen in the shop. And this one's not actually in my collection, but apparently for smaller collection owners, there's this special limited time Badlands Catchup starter bundle. This you cannot get with gold, but for $5, 5 USD, you get 15 Catchup Packs, which if you are going to spend money in Hearthstone, there's really not much of a better way of doing that if you're playing standard than to get this. So again, if you have a smaller collection, look out for those. And I absolutely have to recommend them. They're a really, really good deal unless you want golden cards, which you're not that type of player if you're looking for these packs anyways. And another nice thing was the mass pack opening. I went from like having like, I had 500 plus packs. Typically that takes like well over an hour to open them all. It took like no time at all. And you still get to like highlight your packs. Like I had this insane 10 shaman packs and I got 3 legendaries and it put it out together nice. You can still get a really sick screenshot. Mass pack opening, if you're on the other side of it, you're not looking for like Catchup Packs, just really good. Like I ripped through these packs so fast. It was so nice, and I could get building stuff and playing a lot sooner. I missed the early pack openings, but honestly, I'd rather take this than have early pack openings. Personally, I just really, really enjoyed it. Outside of all that stuff, there was noted, and it was noted in the patch notes a while ago, that Mercs XP got reworked. Basically, it was this noted in the patch notes like last week. We've adjusted the amount of rewards track experience gained from playing in Mercenaries, and they didn't seem to be any different until the expansion went live. And Ben Hearthstone basically did the AFK thing where normally this would grant like 180 XP. They like cut it by a fifth, or like it's like 1/60 amount you used to get. You cannot farm mercs for XP, which it just sucks, right? Like it's a nice way to AFK. You weren't affecting anybody and all that to try and like grind XP. But you know, with the botting stuff going on, it's almost like encouraging people to bot more. I get why they did it. I'm surprised it took this long, because it's basically an exploit. It doesn't make much sense to get that much XP doing that, but it sucks that that has changed, and we're gonna have to figure out other ways to XP farm. Like, are people just gonna go back to AFKing battlegrounds and making, you know, a bunch of crappy lobbies for people, or roping ladder or stuff like that? I have some ideas of ways we might be able to kind of do what we did here. I'll probably have an update on that, but yeah, be aware, AFK Mercenaries, not worth getting that XP on. I get it, but I think it's lame. I think it was the best of the the alternate evil of encouraging more people to bot and do mischievous stuff, but it is what it is. And lastly, we do have the shop update, and my goodness, there is a lot of stuff in the shop. Of course, you have all these rank bundles, pack bundles, catch-up bundles. We're gonna go over the cosmetics first. This is ridiculous. So they have Diamond Flint Firearm. It is like $50 USD. You get a signature, but for me it was annoying because it came with a Titan signature and a Badlands signature. I already have all the Titans ones, so I got a duplicate. And remember, there's that Dr. Holiday, right? The Shaman Highlander Legendary. If you want that diamond card, you have to buy this for $50. Then you will lock the Diamond Holiday bundle, which again, plus 30% value is pretty good. Then you get that, and then you get Dr. Holiday, and that bundle is 2 Badlands signatures only for whales. It's a complete ripoff. It is not worth your money unless you like wasting it on dumb cosmetics like I do, so I got them. And yeah, be aware of that. If you're wondering where the Dr. Holiday diamond is, it's literally paywalled behind it another diamond card. So it's pretty darn insane. But there's also 2 new portraits. We have the Elise the Leader bundle, a new premium priest portrait. Should have like animated, I believe it said in the patch notes, the animated hero power is bugged and stuff. And regardless, we'll see what she looks like right now in her current state.
Elise versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
The light will guide me to the truth. How do you do? You truly are a formidable opponent. You have my gratitude. That's unfathomable. A costly error. You threaten the peace, so I bring you war. You asked for this. My apologies. I must retreat.
Again, she's supposed to be fixed in the future. She comes with a card back, 5 priest packs, but you know, you have to play priest to players, so be aware of that. You might not want to do that, but yes, I did purchase it because I kind of like priest apparently. And we also have a really cool looking one, Saloon Denathrius, a warrior portrait, just more of the basic one. It's not bugged, it just won't ever have an animated hero power and all of that. Comes with 5 warrior packs, $10, 1,000 runestones. He looks and sounds like this.
Denathrius versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! I have arrived. Let the atonement begin. Tally-ho! A delightful duel. My sincerest thanks. A tremendous performance. That must have been a mirage. You are but dust in the wind. Kneel! sorry. I surrender.
So again, another one if you're interested. Also, Ragnaros has returned. One of the cooler, or I guess more fire shaman portraits out there. You can buy it for 1,000 gold or like 750 USD, 875 Canadian. It's a really nice one. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, check that out in the shop if you haven't already. And I think that's it for like the most of the cosmetics and the bundles and the news. Tomorrow I'll have some deck recommendations as the meta settles down. It'll be really preliminary again, but we'll have that tomorrow. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Try not to get bitten by. Stay salty, my friends.